What is the stupidest thing you've ever been yelled at for? I got shouted at by a teacher once for being on my phone. I tried to explain to her but she wouldn't have any of it and told me to put it on her desk. I just stood up and put my phone on the desk and walked away. Just before leaving I said, "Oh, by the way, that's not a phone. That's my insulin pump. I expect it to be given back to me by the end of the day so I can stay alive." You should have seen the look on her face as she ran down the corridor after me. That reminds me of when my friend was told to take his AirPod out. It was a hearing aid. I told my math teacher I was leaving class in 15 minutes to go to a funeral. My friend had just died. She said no, and I was like, that's fine, but I'm still going. It's my friend's funeral. And then her face went so red and she shouted in front of the class, "I watched my mother and father die right in front of me. What makes you so special?" I was like, whoa. The whole class was like, whoa. The teacher must have been having a bad day, but she screamed so loud. And her parents dying was not relevant to me going to a funeral. Was super weird. But then she thought about it and agreed you were in the right. No, she reported it to main office and they told me I should have notified the school the day before, but they let me go. No big deal. The teacher was on a mad one. When I was younger, maybe early elementary, I had a problem reading which translated into dyslexia as I told more people about it. There was an assignment where we were timed on a reading and would be stopped after a designated time to assess our reading level. My problem arose after I couldn't even get past the first paragraph as I was having trouble continuing my sentences, reading words with too many B, D, M, or W's, and having to pause to sound words out. My observer stopped my time early and questioned my mental ability to continue forward, calling me dead or just simply stupid. I began to cry and asked to just start over, and she continued to yell at me, telling me that I would never be able to be successful without being able to read more than a paragraph worth of words. Fast forward, I am in my junior year of college, writing 7-10 page papers out of pure enjoyment for writing. Your observer was an ass. Wait till those papers get longer. One time I apparently bought too much broccoli. Small tree so good it makes human angry. A funny man that I could probably make a pretty good Hulk joke out of that. Yelled and hit for being pulled out by a riptide and needing to be rescued. Nice mom. That sucks. I get yelled at for doing exactly what I'm told. Apparently my boss continues our conversations after I'm gone and changes his mind, or he replays them in his mind differently, or he's a complete narcissist and does it on purpose. Fuck, my boss used to do that. There's nothing worse when they're lighting off at you about something and you're just thinking to yourself, WTF are they even talking about? Feels like you're taking crazy pills some days. My boss at the grocery store does that a lot. It's freaking annoying. Mike, sweep and mop the cooler. I sweep and mop it. I come in the next day and get yelled at, you did not sweep it! Exclamation point. We get in a big argument and I agree to resweep it, but I just wave some water over it and move on with my day. Lol. Whistling. Apparently girls in our culture aren't allowed to whistle. You should appropriate a better culture, a culture where girls can whistle. Whenever I try to whistle it just sounds like FFFFFFFPPHFF. For having at it. Ain't that the fucking truth? Hundreds of lectures and shouting matches and detentions. Constantly talking, not talking enough, making too much eye contact, not making enough eye contact, finishing my schoolwork too early, forgetting my schoolwork exists, staring out the window, engaging too much during lecture and not letting the other students learn what did they want from me. I also had someone scream at me for waiting for a group of people to finish using the crosswalk before I made my turn and drove over it in my car. I didn't even realize the lady was screaming at me at first, all because I wouldn't run people over. She should have been the first target if she was so desperate for you to run over people, lol. Not making a guy a sandwich after closing hours. Reminds me of when I worked in a bar and people would whine and yell at the entrance when we wouldn't let them in after closing. Why is the door locked, or you are still here? Why is the bar closed? Exclamation point. You, because we're closing it down for the night. Genius. Some old guy yelled at me in a parking lot once and called me a crazy bitch. For what? Freaking nothing, dude. I was just sitting in my car listening to music. Some fucker doesn't like you, think he loves you for your money, but I know what he really loves you for is your brand new leopard skin pillbox hat and is just a hater. Playing Nickelback music too loud. As if there's such a thing as playing Nickelback too loud. Average Nickelback fan. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more Reddit videos.